Hello everyone. This is my video for course learning outcome number 2, so discussing the technological needs of individuals with different abilities in the areas of learning, hearing, vision, physical limitations, and psychological variances. So I will start off first with learning disabilities, and there are many different needs within this category. Students with auditory processing disorders, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, dyslexia, and many other things are classified under this learning disabilities umbrella. Thus, their needs will vastly differ based on what they are classified as in their IEP or 504. For example, if a student has dyscalculia, for example, they will use manipulatives or graph paper, or use color differentiating in their problems, and they could use talking calculators as well. And these would be the kind of methods and technologies that would be effective for helping a student with that. If a student has an auditory processing disorder, using modeling for instruction, visual cues, rewording things, using an assistive listening device if the student has trouble blocking out noise going on around them. It can help focus in on the voice. So that can help with the auditory processing disorders. If a student has dyslexia, breaking down the materials into smaller parts, using text-to-speech apps, using computers for typing, so with a spell check, or that can read their text back to them, and things like audiobooks or anything that can do text-to-speech, like I said earlier, they can assist the student with dyslexia. There's also different apps and things that can help students with dyslexia at an earlier age for learning their letters. If a student has dysgraphia, there's things like speech recognition software, or using special pencil grips, or using a word processor. These different things can help meet their needs, and it kind of takes away or helps them with their fine motor skills, like for example the pencil grips. And if a student has a nonverbal learning disability, communication devices can help, that allow them to pick out the different things on an AAC device. As far as hearing goes, there are different levels of hearing loss, but regardless of that variation, there are still kind of similar technologies that can be used at all levels. If it's only like if a student only has a minor limitation with their hearing, then they can use voice amplifiers. So, that again kind of cancels out the noise around them and lets them focus in on whoever is speaking. So you'd wear like a little microphone or something. Things like FM transmitters and induction loop systems that can interface with a cochlear implant or a hearing aid are tremendously useful devices for including the students that have hearing loss into the classroom environment. And there are also different apps and programs that will allow speech to be transferred into text so they can still participate as well. And using computers to type and things like that are a really good way, or just writing in general, are good ways to communicate. As far as vision goes, again, there's different levels, just like as in students with hearing limitations. Students with vision limitations, they also have kind of a continuum there. Things like magnifiers can help when in and out of the classroom, so you can use them to read different papers and things like that, tests, etc. But you can also use them outside of the classroom to read the newspaper, read a book. Things like large print keyboards do exist that hook up quite easily to a computer. And if the vision loss is more severe, there are Braille typewriters and refreshable Braille keyboards. And both of those devices usually interface pretty well with normal computers. So no need to buy a whole new computer system to function with that. And also, in this case as well, audiobooks are a good aid as for accessing course material. For physical limitations, this is also a wide category. There are many different types of physical limitations, but most of them focus around how to assist in daily tasks in and out of school. So depending on the severity of the physical limitations, there are low and high-tech solutions. Anything from a head wand that can help those with limited mobility access keyboards or a communication board to, power chairs, wheelchairs, to help with mobility. There are also things like prosthetics to help replace, the lost limbs, so people can, with the advancing technology, prosthetics are getting more and more advanced, which I think is amazing. For more outside of school tools, there's AT to help with, clothing oneself, eating, and bathing. And at home or school, there are different things that you can do to help adapt the, home, school, or workplace through switches and things like that to help with, to help people with physical limitations. As far as psychological variances go, it seems that a lot of the behavioral issues that students have kind of stem from this academic frustration. And to help with that, there are various assistive technologies that will help with organization or help with planning. So, for example, there's a software called Inspiration, and that will help a student organize and brainstorm beforehand and then let them turn that graphic organizer that they've made into a presentation or into an essay. Or there's different things like behavior charts or motivation apps and devices that can help kind of regulate behavior in the classroom. But overall, all of these different technological needs they vary greatly based on the needs of the students. So there's an ever-growing category, and I know I haven't listed all the different technological needs that a student might need. These are just kind of a general overview of what one might see in and out of the classroom. So, and each day the different technologies are growing, so you'll find that there's something that may be better suited down the line for someone than there is now. So those needs will always be able to be met in a different way as the technology develops. And that is my course learning outcome number 2.